Welcome to day 16 of The Art of Becoming an Elephant, 365 Days of Inspiration. Today we're going to talk about what is an elephant. Hi elephants, welcome to day number 16 of The Art of Becoming an Elephant, 365 Days of Inspiration. Today I'm going to answer a question for you guys that I think maybe I should have answered a long time ago. The video series is called The Art of Becoming an Elephant, and people have asked me, what does that mean? An elephant is a gigantic pachyderm. How would we become an elephant? What does that mean? So a long time ago, I started teaching these groups inside of my house. I was newly sober, like just about 4 years sober. I started teaching, one of the 12-step books in my garage. We had gone through the book, I would say 3 times at this point. And I thought to myself, I just don't want to go through the book. And somebody said, Frankie, why don't you teach us some of this other stuff that you teach other people, this law of attraction stuff? And I thought, okay, why not? So I put on the movie The Secret, and I let them watch the movie The Secret. Everybody watched it, and everybody was like, I want to learn this stuff too. So that's how I started teaching this stuff to people in recovery. Up until that point, I hadn't mixed the two at all. I had taught over here, and then the recovery stuff was over here. But I was always a natural teacher. Even when I was a child, I was like 6 years old, and always, showing something to somebody, teaching somebody how to do something, always speaking, being inspirational. It just kind of carried out throughout my life. When I started teaching the law of attraction to these people, we came up with the name From Seeds to Petals at that time. And it was because we were planting seeds, and then they would grow up into these flowers and be petals, and it was like, oh, and it was this women's group, just a beautiful women's group with all of these amazing women. And then one day, men started coming, and everybody was like, what is happening here? Why are these men showing up? And I was like, well, if they want to learn it, they want to learn it. We can't really turn them away. And if the universe is sending these men to us, we've got to open up and let this be what it is. And we, of course, couldn't stay with the name From Seeds to Petals because it was just really emasculating for the guys. One day I was sitting there, and I've always been drawn to elephants. Ever since I was a little kid, I've just always been super drawn to elephants. I remember I saw a video of the elephant, and the elephant was afraid, and I remember looking at the elephant's face and seeing the emotion on their face and thinking to myself, that elephant right there it loves this other elephant, and it's feeling this so deeply. So I started to go and study about elephants, what are their instincts? What does a herd of elephants do? And I found out, it's the coolest thing. Elephants are very emotionally connected to each other. And if one elephant gets sick, all the rest of the elephants will turn around and they will back into that one elephant, and they will hold that elephant up for the whole time that that elephant is sick to make sure that it doesn't fall to the ground. Because once the elephant falls to the ground, then they could fall prey to predators. And so the elephants will back up, keep that elephant standing, keep it safe from predators, and the elephants will walk one at a time, go away, take care of their business, drink, eat, all that kind of stuff, come back, and then another elephant will go and do the same thing. But they will stand there around that elephant, and they will protect that elephant until it gets better. And elephants work also as a group together. And when one elephant dies, the rest of the elephants will literally have a elephant funeral. They will mourn their dead, and then when they're done, they will move on. I remember reading a story about this man who, and I might butcher this story a little, but this is from memory. I should probably look it up first, but I'm not going to. So this man had this elephant reserve, and he had saved these elephants. And when this man died, these elephants, it wasn't like there was an elephant telegram that somebody sent them a message and said, hey, this guy that saved you died. But these elephants were all the way across the reserve, and they made a pilgrimage. They walked all the way to this guy's house that lived over on the other side of the reserve. They knew that he was dead somehow. They stood there and they wailed. And I guess it happened for 3 days they did this. And then when they were done mourning this man's passing, they turned back around and they just walked away. And that to me is amazing. That is kind of the way that we are. All of us elephants. I've got elephants all over the world. And when they're down and when they need support, there's all the rest of these elephants that are there to gather around them, either physically or emotionally or spiritually, and protect them. Make sure that they can make it through whatever it is that they're struggling with. And so that's why we call ourselves the tribe of elephants. And once you've become a part of this, you realize that you're always out looking for somebody else who wants to know this information. I think that this information is such powerful, powerful information because nobody taught this to me as a kid. Had ideas of this, but this is something I feel like I've always known. You know, I've always been an elephant. I've always been somebody that wanted to protect other people, that wanted to help other people. I've just always been that person. So that's what it means to be an elephant. An elephant is somebody who is looking to make this world better, to connect and to embrace other elephants all over the place, all over the world. So that's the answer. Hopefully you liked that answer. So that's just the truth. That's what it is. I like being an elephant. I resonate with an elephant. I identify with an elephant. I wouldn't rather be anything other than an elephant. And I like telling people, you're my elephant. I also, here's another thing too. Well, cartoon, if we went cartoon with this, Dumbo was an elephant. And Dumbo felt like Dumbo could fly. We have a saying, you're my Dumbo feather, in our tribe of elephants. Dumbo knew that he could fly, but only when he had this feather. And once the feather got dropped, Dumbo felt like he couldn't fly anymore. So we always tell people, you're my Dumbo feather. When there's people that inspire us or people that support us, they're being our Dumbo feather at that time. So, I don't know. Anyways, I am an elephant. You are an elephant. We are elephants. Thank you for being my Dumbo feather. We'll talk to you guys later. Remember, do me a favor, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share these videos, leave me messages. Have the best day. Let me know if you're needing some support. I'll back up into you anytime. Oh no, I should not put that up. That was bad.